Hello and welcome to Ewe Sew You. My name's Zoe and this is my channel all about the crafty bits and pieces I get up to. I knit, I sew, I spin on a drop spindle, weave from time to time and anything else that takes my crafty fancy. And this week we've got a project video for you, making some wrap trousers. So put your feet up, grab a brew and let's get started. Welcome back to any returning viewers, and to any new viewers a very warm welcome to you. As you can see, I am out in my garden doing this introduction to my little video this week, so apologies for any noise in the background. Be mostly birds and children playing, so sounds of summer, yay! So, as I say, I'm making some wrap trousers this week. I'm not using a pattern, so this is just how I've worked out how to do them. I think they're kind of based on the Thai fisherman's trousers, but as I say, I haven't really looked at a pattern, and I haven't seen a pair of genuine ones to sort of work out the construction. I've just sort of worked out from photos I've seen of the trousers that I like. And I am using this Lady McElroy fabric that I got a couple of years ago from Sherwood's on offer because it apparently had an imperfection. I haven't been able to find the imperfection, so hey, job's a good one. And I'm going to stop crouching now because I'm wibbly wobbly, and yeah, this is how I got on making some trousers without a pattern. Okay, so I've got my fabric laid out. It is directional print, so I've laid it out full width, and I'm going to cut out two lengths of fabric and then switch one around so the print is running the same way before I do the next step. So the first thing I need to do is work out how long I need the fabric. I think I've folded out about enough for the length, which is my waist to my ankles plus some for hemming. So I'm going to double check that with my tape measure. I know it's off camera a little bit, but yeah, we'll doing this in real time, as it were. So I need 30 inches plus hem for my length. That actually seems rather short for my legs. Let's just double check that again. So for my leg, no, 33 inches plus hem. Okay, so measure my 33 inches, and I'm going to put a couple of extra inches on. Let's do 37 because I can always trim it down, and I'm going to put a pin in my fabric to mark that length, and I'm going to use my tape measure as a ruler to just make sure I've got pins evenly in a line across my fabric, and I'll use that as cutting guidelines. I mean, obviously if you're working with rotary cutters you can just use a ruler. I'm not worried about it being too perfectly straight because we can neaten that up. And I have to apologise for the lighting and any glowing that you might see from myself. It's obviously the middle of June and the warmest weekend of the year so far, and I'm crawling around the floor cutting out fabric as you do. So that's my length line in. The next thing I need to do is to get the width sorted out, so that's going to be my waist measurement plus a little bit. Okay, so that's coming at 45 inches measurement, and we'll add on a few inches on either side. And again, we can trim it down once we've cut it out, so just move that side out. If I go to just inside the selvage, 45, let's give it an extra 4 inches. Actually, let's make that 6. And again, I'm just going to put pins down as a guideline for my cutting. But like I say, if you're using a rotary cutter, then you can just use a ruler. I'm kind of eyeballing it this time around because we can neaten it up when we can. Okay, so I'm going to get that cut out, and then we'll flip one of these layers around so that the printers will go in the same way. Okay, so I've got my 2 lengths of fabric that are going to be the legs of my trousers, both with the print facing the right direction now, and they are right sides together. So this is the waistband of the trousers, and what I'm going to do is on this fold, so if I put them together and folded them in half, I'm going to put the crotch seam. So I am going to again use my pins as my guideline. I'm going to go about fist width, because that'd be about right for the distance I need front to back. And I need about 33 inches for my rise. So we've got, in fact I need to half that distance, don't I, because I've folded it in half. So we'll take, it won't quite half it, we'll take about 1.5 inches off. So I need 33 inches total, so that's 15, 16.5 inches all the way down. So that's 11. So we'll put this coming in at about 14. That's going to give me approximately the right distance, because these are wrap trousers. They're quite forgiving on the fit. So I'm going to be able to adjust at the waist and where I tie them at the waist if I need more length in the crotch. Plus I'm going to put on a waistband, and I haven't shortened the leg for the length of the waistband, so they'll be fine. So I'm going to cut this shape out, and I'm going to put a little bit of a curve on the corner, and that will be my crotch seam. I'm actually going to cut out on this side of the pins, because I mean, I've got a belly, so I want to make sure I've got enough room. It's going to be like a U shape basically. Okay, so that's out of the way. So that is the legs cut out. So I'll sew this seam up, and I'll hem down the long side and the bottom of the legs. Then I'll attach a waistband. So I will just cut out 2 strips of fabric, one for the front, one for the back. That's about 4 inches wide, so I can have a 2-inch-ish waistband, and they'll get sewn across the top. I will probably aim for twice my waist measurement for the front tie, so that I can bring it round my back and to the front, because I don't like having knots on my back, and then my waist measurement plus a bit for the back tie, because that'll be coming around and tied at the front anyway. So yeah, so I'll get the waistbands tied up, waist ties and waistband cut out, and then I will be going to the sewing machine. I'm just going to pin this seam first though, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere when I move things around. So yeah, I'm not going to show you cutting out the waistband, because hey, it's just strips of fabric. So I'll get that done, and I'll come back to you at the sewing machine. And obviously once they're done, I will show you what they're like once they're on. We're now at that point in a sewing project where you get out your seam ripper, because you pinned the crotch seam together wrong. Don't pin it together when it's still folded. You need to open the sides out and pin around the whole curve, otherwise you won't have a crotch seam. You'll have a mess. So I'm just going to unpick my crotch seam, lay it out properly, and then try again. Oops. so there's my wrap trousers, and I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, like and subscribe down below and ding that bell like all the YouTubers tell you. I tend to post videos every weekend, sometimes it's project-based videos like this one. Once a month it's a podcasty what I've been making video, and sometimes they're a bit more technique focused. So yeah, if you want to be notified, ding that bell, and I will see you next time. But until then, happy crafting and bye-bye for now.